I've been thinking about this a lot because I feel like our culture, especially when it comes to dating or even when it comes to friendships, it puts high pressure on us to keep our standards extremely high. If there's this narrative that if you even stoop low to allow people in that are messy or that have, any type of orange, red flag, then you yourselves are considered a low value person. It's almost like training, our culture has trained us to look for any bit of the slightest bit of red flag and then immediately cut that person off in the name of, oh, I have a high standard for myself. I used to carry the toxic narrative of, you will not take advantage of me and you definitely will not disrespect me. So with that being said, I wish I would have been able to tell my younger self this, that one of the most Christ-like gifts you can actually give someone is space to work through their trauma, to work through their triggers, to work through their insecurities and not cut them off. People are messy at the end of the day, myself very much included. I wish I also would have told myself, do not be surprised when someone you're in relationship with, friendship, family, or so forth, as they start to work through their triggers, as they start to work through their insecurities and gain more awareness, there is a great potential. Unfortunately, it is human nature for that type of person. As you get close to their wounding or their triggers, and you're not even meaning to probably, they lash out at you. They act in ways that is not who they truly are. It requires an incredibly secure person to remain strong, as they're speaking out of a wounding, especially when they start to speak out against you, and it hits a nerve within you of a narrative that you're already trying to fight off yourself. It takes an incredibly strong person, incredibly secure person to know who you are, grounded your identity in God, not letting someone's wounding hitting you on a deeper personal level. The beauty is as you continue to walk in relationship with this family member, this friendship, or so forth, God will actually strengthen your sense of self, strengthen your core. He will give you the grace. He will strengthen your identity to walk through it alongside this person that is going through their own healing journey as well. It'll make you a more stronger person in the process. My mom used to say, and it's so true, hurting people hurt others. It's going to happen. I've done it to the people that I'm in relationship with, and people that are in relationship with me have done it to me as well. In no way am I saying that you should ever continue in abusive relationships. In no way am I ever saying that if you're in an abusive relationship that you should not put proper boundaries and you should not cut off and so forth. But I have learned that sometimes He will give you the discernment to determine whether you should continue to stay in a relationship and give that person the gift of space, allowing them to work through really painful triggers. It's only a season. It's definitely not a life sentence. It's not going to be forever. I'm learning that it's the most beautiful Christ-like thing you can possibly give someone, because Jesus did that for us and He's still doing it for us now. Is that He gives us beautiful space and beautiful patience to work through our wounding. He's way more patient with us than we are even with ourselves. Not once has He cut us off in the name of, I've got to keep a high standard. He's continually given us so much patience as we work through, as we evolve, as we become more Christ-like, constantly only calling out the gold, only seeing the good in us. And how good our Father is, that God is in family. God is in relationships. He wants unity of His people. And how beautiful that is, that He will give us grace to move us closer, all of us closer together in those tough friendships, those tough family relationships and so forth. That's really His heart, to bring people together. We are giving the best gift we possibly can, the most Christ-like gift we possibly can to this other person. We are walking in the footsteps of Christ. Isaiah 53:7 is talking about Jesus. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet He did not open His mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is silent, so He did not open His mouth. Verse 12b says, for He bore the sins of many, and He made intercession for the transgressors. Christ gave us incredible patience. Christ gave us the best gift possible. He continued to move forward to the cross, even as we were rejecting him and spewing all these insults at him. He gave us space. He gave us grace. He continued to the cross to save us. The last thing I want to say is the enemy, as you go through these seasons with this other person, the enemy will want to tempt you. The enemy will try to tempt you to think that as you give this person space to heal and as they're lashing out at you, the enemy will try to tempt you to think that you have to stay in this relationship because you have no value or you don't deserve anything better. And I just want to say that is the biggest lie possible. A lot of people, there is a huge difference because a lot of people will stay in abusive relationships because of the belief that they have no value and this is the best it'll ever get. And by no means that is not what I'm talking about. That is definitely for a different type of video. And you definitely have value. God is giving you the grace to walk through this relationship. He is strengthening you as he is strengthening the other person in this family relationship dynamic. Does Jesus have no value as he walks through this relationship with us? Of course not. Jesus has incredible value as he continues to walk in relationship with us as we continue to heal and become more Christ-like.